Welcome back to the Stellar Lanes in Newmarket and more competition in the Hiram Walker Special Old Pins game. We're in the preliminary round of the men's 5-pin event. Ron Mair, London, Ontario, Terry Blake, Corner Brook, Newfoundland, ready to battle here for $100 a frame. And it will be Ron Mair to start us off here. Comes out of the B&D lanes in Strathroy, Ontario, just outside London. 252 average to come out of there, over 10 games. He won the Western Ontario section, 267 average over 10 games. Gets things started nicely with a strike here in the first. Play the preliminary round for $100 a frame. The winner goes on to the quarterfinals. Terry Blake doesn't waste any time. Gets the good result.
Run and gun. Right in the heart. All 5 of them out the back door.
Another product of the YBC program. Boy, there's what you talked about, the power in the 5-pin game, Greg.
That's the real advantage to throwing a little stronger, harder, heavier ball. When it goes in and hits thick, and he's got this kind of stuff on it, he gives that real crunch shot. Now Ron doesn't throw quite that hard. A little easier. Off the mark on this one, though. First some 2 frames.
That's right, first 2 frames. Go to Terry Blake. Good spare for Ron Mair, 40-year-old, London, Ontario. Has a best game of 4:45. Terry Blake watches. This is the score sheet. 2 frames to none. Terry Blake with the lead. Perfect through 2. Ron Mair starts us off in frame number 3. $100 on the line.
This one dead on the middle.
It's more of a finesse game. Not nearly as much power as you mentioned.
Really has to key on accuracy. Wants to hit it in the pocket all the time. Can't afford to be too much off those lines. And perhaps he's hurrying a little bit here. The importance of 15 can't be overstated on a head pin. At least you make your opponent throw a strike or a spare to win the frame. You hope that you can carry the frame over with 15 perhaps. Only 12 though.
Ron Mair in his first appearance in our series. Terry Blake was here 4 years ago. Rolled a 238, lost in the first round. Won only $100, so already he's doing better than that this year.
Enough to win the frame.
Good action on the ball, lots of power. The 1992 singles champion.
He looks really on his game. And they're picking those corners dead on like that. Really good sign that they're hitting exactly where they want to hit it.
2 strikes and a spare. He's won 3 frames at $300. Leads off here in the 4th.
He's short on the follow through on this one. Doesn't get the ball up anywhere close to the line that he wanted it on. This one comes down and the follow through is just lacking a little. Stops right in there. Bing. Ball doesn't go close to the middle. He's got to get it back up there again. Better shot. A little full, but a carry, a kickback, not quite. This would have been a huge break. As it is, he's faced with only that 1 pin remaining now to get 15 on the frame, and that'll be Mair's standard to look at.
Well, the standard has dropped a little more. The standard is 12 in the 4th. And Ron Mair has an opening here. Down 3 frames to none. get the job done.
Good ball.
No wasted motion at all. Very, very simple, straightforward delivery. Watch this.
Exactly. And this is all it takes. Just a smooth ball. You got to get it out on the lane where you want it. Well balanced at the finish. And the strike in the fourth picks him up his first frame. This one's there too. Oh, it didn't come up on the left side. Just hooked off on him. Thought that one was going to stay up and give him in the left pocket on the thin shot.
Youth bowling program across Canada has been around for almost 3 decades now. Both of these men, products of it. Introduced to the game early. Bowl for a lifetime.
$15 points in the fifth then. Not a great frame for Ron on that one. Terry got to get back on track. Start striking again.
Much better delivery. Needs this to win the frame. He opened the door a little bit in the fourth, but Ron Mair couldn't take full advantage. He did win one frame, but
That's the one.
the spare here gives Terry Blake the frame, and he now leads 4 frames to 1. $100 a frame, win the most frames, win the most money, move to the next round. Boy.
Little shell shock on that one. Looked like there was going to be a little more happening than just a chop off, but the pin just goes straight up top. Never to return anywhere close to the pin deck.
Almost throw the ball too hard sometimes.
Sometimes you really can. You blow that pin out so high and so quick that it just doesn't have any chance to give you any help.
Spare in the sixth for Terry Blake. Ron Mair needs to start throwing strikes here. Behind on pinfall. 28 pins behind through 5. Behind on frames, that's more significant. Now he needs this, or he'll lose the frame. Ron's wife Gail here from London.
No, not this time.
Ace
Gonna
is
lose
left,
that frame.
so he will lose the frame unless there is a miracle kickback. Oh, he can't. You're right. Spare will win it. So 5 frames. Terry Blake.
He's in a big struggle out there right now. Only 11 points on that frame, and where he looked pretty comfortable on that strike and the early strike in the match, he's been a little shaky since then.
5 frames to 1. 5.5 frames, 1 guarantees you a spot in the next round. If the door was only ajar, it's now wide open for Terry Blake.
Has to have 15 here to have any chance to stay in the match. Those are the spots that you got to roll the ball over. Use him to help find your direction, and Ron isn't hitting the one that he wants to hit, that's for sure. 12 points only in the frame. Terry Blake could lock up a berth in the semifinal right here. Make that the quarterfinal against Ray Walls.
I was just wondering if I'd missed something here.
A little ahead of myself. Hello.
Interesting.
Hit 1 pin, leave 5 pins on the deck. There it goes, and right through the chute.
Well,
he's going to have to shoot at the 3-2 on the left and the 3-2 on the right. He needs better than 12 points, so obviously 13 would win it for him. But you can see that Blake is a long way out in front in pinfall, and the 15 points isn't going to hurt him so much here. Should he get the 15, he's going to be 40 up with only 3 frames remaining. Of course, he has the match by then.
Here's the right side.
Now, just needs the 3-pin. He can afford to punch it out, and he's going to advance. Can't afford to blow by it. That's the way.
He needed 13, he got 13. He's won the frame, and he's clinched a berth in the quarterfinals. And the pin cam shows the left corner standing. Not much standing here in the 8th. Outstanding.
Good ball on that shot. He just ripped it home. Back on track. He's going to have to get ready for Ray Walls in the next round.
The clearer view of the score sheet. Likes what he sees. Where was that shot about 3 frames ago?
And that's so often the case. You just, you're out of the match, you relax just a little bit, and it comes so easy then.
We go to the 9th for $200. There it is again.
Now he's assured himself a shot at some more money here. He could pick up $200 should Terry Blake not get a strike, or they'll carry it over the 10th frame and play that one for $300.
That's the way the story will be finished.
Hammer time. There they go.
It's the form that has Terry Blake, a career best .425 game. Won't be close to that this time, but
He can strike out for $298. And don't bet against it now. After you get a break like that, it's so nice. First strike in the 10th frame. He needs 3, maybe not necessarily like this, to guarantee himself a split frame in the 10th. He'll coax this one down. Come on back. Come on back. Yeah. Number 2.
boy, did that ball ever hit the lane nice and smoothly. Hardly a sound.
Throws a heater. 253, one more strike for 298.
He's thrown 4 in a row here.
And better yet, this strike would give him a minimum. That's the way. A minimum of $150 if Ron Mair can match it. Otherwise, he's going to pick up the full $300 on this carryover frame. Mair needs 3 in a row.
That's how Terry Blake won the National Masters event this year. There's one.
Exactly. 2 more like that, or anything approximating it, will be just fine. Nice ball. The ball bounced just a little bit there, but into the corner. Gotta compose yourself, take your time here, and just go out and let it happen. Get it on the spot. It's a little full. Not going to happen for him now.
So another 3 frames, and the last $300 up for grabs in the match goes in Terry Blake's pocket. And Ron Mair closes out. Spare and goes home with $100 in a frame 1. But Terry Blake, 23-year-old from Corderbrook, Newfoundland, the 1992 National 5-Pin champion, is away to a great start here in this edition of the Hiram Walker Special Old Pins game. 9 frames won, $900 so far, and a 298 score, which is the best so far in the men's 5-pin series this season. Congratulations to Terry Blake. He's headed for the quarterfinals.